Hello and welcome to another live video from me. I'm Lucy Brand, founder of the Mystic Ministry and the Sensual Supper Club and lucy-brand.com. And today I'm going to be talking about a really important topic of let's talk about the stories that you tell yourself and how they impact your reality. Because again, as I'm always talking about, we create our own realities through our thoughts, through our emotions, and through our spoken word. So before we get into that, if you would like to book a private clearing session with me so that you can go to the next level, then head on over to my website just there, and you can check out what offers I've got going on at the moment, and let's get you where you want to be. Right, okay, so today back to stories. So I want to talk about stories and perception. Okay, so a couple of years ago, I created a program called Love and Money Mastery, and it was brilliant. I loved it. I loved the people that were on it, and we had group coaching weekly. And in one of the group coaching sessions, one of the amazing ladies who was on the program mentioned how she felt she didn't get invited to things because she was a single parent. And I can sometimes struggle with this because I'm not a parent myself. I have a little insecurity that my viewpoint or my suggestions might not be received well, just through my own personal experiences. So I was just like, okay, I'm just going to leave it. And then another lovely person on the program stepped in and she shared, well, if I was to take that viewpoint, then I don't get invited to things because I have 4 children. And so, yeah, and then that kind of gave me the permission I needed to share, well, if we're going to look at it from that point of view, I don't get invited to things because I don't have children. Okay, and so this is all about perception. Okay, all about perception and your perception of the situation. And the thing is, what we choose to focus on expands. So what I mean by that is where we focus, energy flows. So if you think about, for example, not being invited to things because your belief is, you see, this is your belief, you're not invited to things because you're a single parent. If you focus on that and focus and think about it, again, thoughts create your reality, feel into it. Maybe there's feelings of sadness, disempowerment and victim there, and poor me. Like when we focus on that, the lower vibrational, the feelings, that's going to create your reality, and then speaking it, it's going to become your reality. Yeah. And the thing is, the more you speak that, the more you believe that, the more you feel that, the more you speak it, law of attraction in action, the more experiences, the more people that you'll invite into your life that will reinforce that belief. Because that again comes back to the reticular articulating system. So the reticular articulating system, which I've spoken about before, is this part in our mind which wants to reinforce. I mean, it's brilliant. Like it can work for us, but it can also work against us. So it will filter out things that it doesn't deem important, that we don't deem important. So what I mean by that is the reticular articulating system, which stops between, it controls the information, if you like, that we receive to the conscious mind. So subconscious mind, I forget the exact numbers, but it processes a crazy number of bits per second. And the conscious mind only processes 50, I think. So the reticular articulating system filters it out, and it will only show you examples of what your beliefs are, okay, to reinforce that, which can work amazing, because then if you have the belief that I am successful and you put the feeling into that and you speak into that, the reticular articulating system, because it doesn't know what's real and imaginary, will send you lots more examples, or you'll start seeing more examples of where you're successful. Okay, so it can work both ways. But anyway, So you're speaking that into your reality. And the thing is, when we do that, it's coming from a very disempowered place. It's coming from feelings of not good enough, shame, maybe guilt. I don't know. It could be all those feelings. And again, those feelings down here on the vibrational chart, that's not where your dream life lives. That's where things can suck, you know, really, because you're attracting more experiences into your life to reflect that. So tell a different story. Start to tell a different story and start to focus your attention on other things. So for myself, I don't really think about that. And so I just focus on the events that I'm invited to that are inclusive and includes all my friends. And I have a rainbow collection of friends, whether they've got children or not got children, or, you know, partners or multiple partners, like, because Brighton's very colourful. So I have a very lovely collection of rainbow friends. And I choose to focus on that. I choose to focus on the inclusivity because that makes me feel good. And if I think about, I don't know, getting invited to a friend's barbecue, like obviously not in COVID times and lockdown, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel connected. It makes me feel happy. And those are the feelings. That's where my dreams are. That's where your dreams are, hanging out on these higher vibrational feelings. Okay, and they're not hanging out down in the victim poor me stories. And believe me, I don't take this lightly, because I spent years in victim and poor me stories, particularly, well, even before the burglary, but then especially after the burglary. Why did it happen? Oh my gosh, it's so unfair, life's unfair, all these stories, like, just, yeah, it's like, no, if you want to live your best life, you need to get in the empowered state, and you need to start telling different stories, ones that support the higher version of yourself, the version of yourself that you're growing into, you're becoming, the version of yourself that's enjoying and has manifested all your desires, your deepest desires, and is juicy and fun and lighthearted and great. And even if you're not there yet, let's say you're not there yet where you want to be, if you just start telling the story over and over and over again, you'll then start to believe it. It's just about repetition. It's just about repetition. So the more you say the story of I always attend events, and I'm so loved, and I'm so supported, and I've got lots of friends, and just keep waxing lyrical about it, the more your vibration's going to rise, the more law of attraction you're going to attract experiences and opportunities, and I would say miracles, into your life. And then the more you'll start becoming and experiencing those amazing experiences that you want to have. So I hope that helped for today, and just gave you some context to how, like, become aware of the stories that you're telling, that you're sharing with other people, because that can be that really does form our reality. If we believe it, we feel it, and we speak it. So if you could just wind that back and start noticing where you're speaking from a place of, excuse me, from a place of disempowerment, and flip that story, flip that switch in your head, because you are worthy and deserving. You are so, excuse me, I have some water. You are so, excuse me, worthy and deserving of having it all. You really are, because you're source energy. Okay, my darlings, I shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.